And the Jackson State Tigers roaring on the stage right now. Second-year head man T.C. Taylor, kind enough to join us now. And oh yeah, how's it feeling to sit? What's been going on?
It's going good. You know, the players been working all summer. You know, got some new coaches in the building. Everything's going pretty well right now. Looking forward to this upcoming season. Good to see you guys, too.
Good to see you, yeah. I mean, you made the debut last year on
Yeah.
ABC as a head coach.
Well, that's what I've been telling everybody. You know, last year I was like the new guy on the block, new kid on the block. We got, 5 today?
Yes.
That is crazy. You know, so good luck to them.
A lot of depth returning from last year. I think what stands out, the defense and the way that you all led the nation at the end of the regular season. A lot of high points there. Guys that you got back.
Yeah.
You know, what leaves you hopeful for this year? Are you going to be a defensive-led team or an offensive-led team?
I just want to be a good football team. You know, want to be better at all 3 phases of the game. You know, you talk about the defense, though. It's some really good players coming back on that side of the football. Jeremiah Williams, Asayas Guthrie, who's here with me today. You talk about leaders. You know, those guys was there on that last year's team, but, you know, just trying to find ways to develop and get their teammates to believe in them. And that secondary is pretty good. You know, led the nation in picks last year. We got quite a few guys returning there as well. So I'm excited about the defense going forward.
Before we go forward too much, let's reflect back. And I want to know what was going through your mind. I thought it was one of the highlights of the 2023 football season. You winning your first game, and the crowd starts saying, TC, TC. Telling you they appreciate all the hard work and they were happy you got the job. What was going through your head and what did that feel like to you?
It was a blessing. It was a blessing, man. But, you know, like I told the players after that game, I gave it all to them. And, you know, I couldn't do it without them and those coaches on that night. But to go against a legendary coach like Buddy Pugh in Atlanta on that stage and to get that win, it was huge, man. It felt good, brought back memories as a player. You know, doing some good stuff as a player at Jackson State. But it's a moment I'll never forget. My family, my sons, they talk about that to right now.
First win versus Buddy Pugh, that's a story. You
can
always take that with you.
Definitely.
But as we know, it's college football.
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately?
Lately, no doubt. No doubt. And, you know, you think about last season, that last game against Alcorn ending with a loss, you know, with it still a bad taste in our mouth. That's a huge rivalry game. But let me say this, you know, thinking about last season as first-year head coach, 12 teams in the conference, 5 teams with winning records, and being one of those teams, we had something to build on. You know, we look forward to this season. You talk about the guys coming back. We lost some coaches. We lost some really good coaches. I had to replace 6 coaches this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know, and we got younger with the coaches, with this coaching staff. Really got some high-level guys. I wanted to improve the energy there, you know, with those coaches, and they've done a great job. But looking forward to it, you know, and, you know, like you said, though, this year, you know, we're looking forward to it.
What's been the biggest change you've had to learn in terms of being a top-tier assistant coach to now being the head coach?
You have to oversee so much. You know, when you're an assistant coach, you're just coaching about 9 guys in a room, or at the receiver position or wherever that may be. But now I get these questions about the training room, the equipment, you know, what's going on in the cafeteria. It's just the management of the football team. You have to be on point with the management of your football team because as the head coach, the little things was what matter. You know, it's just you can't worry about the X's and O's of the program. It's just you have to be a manager of everything going on from top to bottom. And then the main thing is getting everybody in the building to understand your vision. You know, what you want this football team to look like for us, dress and everything from top to bottom. You know, all that stuff matters.
TC, correct me if I'm wrong. You said some coaching changes, but a little birdie told me you're going to be the play caller this season. So you're talking about all that you have to manage and do, but you're also taking on that responsibility as a play caller. Yeah, why?
I miss it. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They got video games. You can call your own play on video games.
You know, what's the new college just dropped, right? It just dropped. But nah, I'm excited about that. You know, I've done it for a long time. But also, too, you know, I got trust on the people around me. Javancy Jones came in as my special teams coordinator. He's going to do a good job there. Terenzo Quinn be leading the defense. We added some great coaches on the offensive side of the ball. Eric Gallen came over from A&T. Manny Ramirez come from Texas Southern. That run game over there led the conference the last 2 years. You know, so they're going to help me and make my job easier. But, you know, I think we got the pieces in place as well. You know, I always talk about it's the Jimmys and the Joes. You know, it don't matter about the play call. You know, I'm not out there on the field executing those plays. It's going to be those guys going out there and doing it the right way, starting at the quarterback position.
Introducing some new faces, some continuity within your roster, but what's not going to be easy is the upcoming schedule for the year. Right? And it could be said for every team, but is there a stretch or a block of games that you look to, or maybe a couple of dates that you circle? And outside, don't give me this answer, TC. Okay. Every game is an important game.
No, I got
the next game is that game. What do you see?
The month of September. It's going to be critical for us. You talk about taking care of those Louisiana schools. You got Southern coming in town. You know, it was a 1 o'clock kickoff, got moved back to 6 o'clock. You know, people will be there eating barbecue all day and getting ready for that night game. It's going to be crazy. It was a crazy game last year, you know, when we go down there on the road to play them, and then to turn around and go get on the buses and head down to Gremlin and see Coach Joseph down in the hole down there. You know what it's like when you're walking down that hill. You got to be ready to go. And then you got FAMU coming into town. You know, it's some big football games on our schedule this year.
Now, you know what's unique about this one, and I won't say this too often. September important, you know, you're going against those Western schools out there. Mm-hmm. But y'all got a chance. If you're playing your best football at the end of the season, you can almost play yourself back into it if things don't go right. Going at Alabama State, who everybody's going to have bullseye on their back, and then at Alcorn, a little redemption right there. So this team right here, and even if you get off to a good start September, you got to maintain it through the end, because those two games at the end are very important.
Yeah, and if you look at it like that schedule, those are the two programs, and you're on the road. You know, usually that Alcorn game is played in Jackson. That's Capital City Classic. But you got to go one way in, one way out down there in Lorman. And then everybody knows what Alabama State doing right now. They're doing some great things, you know, over there with that program. Eddie Robinson did a great job. And two teams that beat us last year, let's be honest. You know, that we got to go on the road and figure it out. And, you know, but like I told the team, too, for us, too, also the emphasis is playing better at home. You know, I thought we were solid on the road, but we got to be better in front of our home fans.
Well, great crowd, home crowd, always.
Always. Definitely.
Always when you go to the Memorial Stadium. So we have heard from Coach T.C. Taylor, but we've got to hear from a couple of these preseason all-SWAC selections, and Evan Henry, who's going to be blocking up front along that offensive line, and Asaias Guthrie, who's locking down in the secondary.
These guys came fitted. Back-to-back years where y'all are kind of just stealing the show when it comes to the outfits, and Asaias, it's all about the details on the field and on the fit. Can you let the people see what y'all have going on with these suits?
Yeah, of course. We got Kairos Customs on the suits. Small details. Me personally, I got Hermes on the belt, Rolex on the watch, Hermes on the feet.
And I like how we have the bow tie over here, and then we have the traditional tie. Y'all also have y'all initials. Initials on the sleeve, E-H, E-G on the sleeve. You got the money sign on your nails, just all the details. And we also have some preseason honors over here. Second team, first team. How did it feel to get that recognition?
You know, we just preach on our side. Good isn't good enough. You know what I mean? Coming off of last season when our DB group led the nation in picks and the FCS was #2 in national. And then to come back this season, only have one guy on it. Good isn't good enough, and that's how we're taking it.
It's just a blessing to be here, honestly, having the opportunity to represent my school, being a first-team all-conference guy. I'm just hoping to have the same opportunity at the end of the year to stay a first-team all-conference guy.
And what should the I Love Nation be excited about when it comes to the defense and offense this season?
Our growth. You know, we came out last year and showed that we can be a defense that really dominates in certain areas, but now it's just growing on that and being consistent and dominating every game.
Like you said, being consistent. I think the offense had a whole offense off season to show the camaraderie, to build upon what happened last year. I think we did a lot of great things last year, but I think this off season has given us an opportunity to expand on that.
I would say y'all did a lot of great things last season. You went 7-4 in a year that some people could have said should have been a rebuild, a new head coach, a lot of new additions on the team when it came to the roster. How can y'all build on that success from last year?
Playing with the JSU block on your chest, you know, it's all about the legacy that came before you. Coach TC is a part of that great legacy, and so 7-4 was not good enough, and we're not going to act like it was. You know, we're going for it all.
Going for it all. And the competition is thick in the East. What is it going to take to separate yourself and go for it all, the SWAC title?
Just playing one game at a time. locking in every week on that opponent, being great that week, and then going into the next week with the same chip on our shoulder for 11 games straight until we get to that SWAC championship game, and just to continue to show the growth week in and week out. How we start shouldn't be how we finish the year.
Good isn't good enough. 7-4 is just all right. I know Coach TC is loving everything he's hearing from his players right now.
Coach, you got to be proud of those young men and just the way they represent it. But also, I don't know what kind of bag y'all got.
Man, they got bags.
I'm just saying. what he's wearing, what you got? Okay, see? Rolex, Hermes on the belt. Okay. You don't see this nice tiger tie coming through here?
I mean, shout out to Kyrus Customs. You know, did a great job of getting our guys fitted up as well as
I'll
myself.
send you my sizes.
Let me know.
I'll come down for a fitting and get some of that good old Johnny T's, that John T's.
Oh, that's where it started. That's where it started.
I know
that's where it started.
I know the sip.
Fly off the field and hoping they can fly around on the field. TC Taylor, Sayas Guthrie, Evan Henry, thank you so much for your time and good luck for the upcoming season. We look forward to seeing you.
Thank you guys, too. Appreciate what you guys do.
My man.
All right, we'll be back with more here from